look like frickin' alfalfa. Wow, way out of practice. Way out of practice. Hello, everybody. We're just going to give it some time to see who may join us. If you are joining, please say hello because I, from this view, cannot see who is joining us to say hi. I am a bit out of practice, so please forgive me. And I may have to step away real quick to grab dinner out of the oven. I'm going to turn my volume down. I'm going to watch on the tablet as well so that I can see questions and things like that. So this is going to look really weird. I see one person has joined us. So if you'd like to say hello, please do so. While we're waiting, I'm going to work on setting my second batch of eggs as well. And hopefully I can keep my thoughts pretty on track tonight. Welcoming any questions, comments, or anything like that during the live feed. But unfortunately, my brain has been pretty scattered over the last couple of weeks between my dad's illness and a recent death in the family. So I'm just trying to keep my gears on the same thought process. Again, if you're joining us, please comment, say hello, so that we know who's here. And like I said, I'm going to work on getting my second batch of eggs ready to go into the incubator. So let me grab those real quick. I do have my incubators in my bedroom. It's the easiest for me. It's the most climate controlled. And just a second, this thing is noisy. I think I need to order new gears for it. Okay, guys, so now that you can hear me again, I have my bucket of eggs. And for those of you who have not joined us before for a live video, sorry. For those of you who have not joined us before, actually, hold on one second. Let me see something. I may restart this one. Okay, sorry about that. I got a notification to start the live video, which I am doing. But anyways, for those that are joining us for the first time, my name is Laura Huey. I am the president and co-founder of the National Sebastopol Geese Association. I've been doing live videos now for, I don't know, I think this is the 3rd year in a row now. I do them as best as I can on a weekly schedule. We can continue with Sundays, if that works. Should work the best for me. Sundays at this time, so I'll be doing weekly so that you can have weekly updates on egg progression. The videos will also be uploaded to YouTube as well, and that's all linked to linked on the website. So what I am doing is I am currently setting my second batch of eggs as well. Let me turn this so that you can see. Let's see here. I use the GQF 1502 Sportsman. And again, I have my incubators in my room. So how I mark my eggs is, let me change the video. I'm trying to watch on my tablet and it's got a drag, so let me do this way. Just a second, sorry. I'm going to turn all this around. There. That'll be better. Okay. So the way that I do this is I have my GQF. I have 5 different pens. Everybody but one pen is laying. So how I mark my eggs is I use colored pencil or a crayon, and I always mark on the small end. I mark it with, say, like gray or Sylvester or buff or whites or fluff, something to identify what pen that came out of. The letter B is because I go by the alphabet so I can keep track of what batch I am on. So the batch that's in the incubator now is on A. We'll do B and then C, D, E, F, etc. like that. I make my marks as far up on the smaller end as what I can. I don't typically wash my eggs unless they're full of gunk. And I will put these in the incubator. You can see here how it says fluff. We're going to go B and then the star. And I set them in different rows as well. And say that egg was pretty gunky on one side, so I will try to set the gunkiest or the cleanest side up to the top. This one was marked with a G for gray. So that was marked in the middle. There's another gray. And this is a Sylvester egg, so we're gonna go B here, etc. like that. And I'm just gonna keep going down the line. Typically, I can add about 20 eggs into the incubator in one rack. So, but it also depends on the size of the eggs too. And always start with, like, say if I start with B on the one, you know, facing up, then I will make sure that they're all on B so that I know that when I start turning them, that I'm going the right direction. You can see this egg is kind of dirty, but I don't wash that. This mark right here, you will see that sometimes. That's actually blood, and that's from a yearling. Sometimes you'll see that with those yearlings, especially their first couple eggs, at least in my experience. I mean, for lack of better terms, it's almost as if they've lost their virginity. So I'm just going to hurry up and mark these real quick, and we will get on to the candling. I have been raising Sebastibles for, it's been, with the combination time that I did it with my mom. This one does not have a name on it. Oh, I know who this is. This is Calista, I think. Yeah. But anyways, in combination with my mom, that's a doozy of an egg. Holy wow. I've been raising Sebastials now, I took over myself in 2016, so with mom's time included in there, it's been 2013 that I started helping her out with all this. And we've always incubated. I took over when my mom's health and eyesight started to decline, and really kind of took it over in 2015, and it really oh no, that's not a Calista egg, or was it? Yes, because I got one out of there this morning. Well, I guess I'll find out. But anyways, train of thought, sorry. Oh, we've always incubated our eggs. 2 years ago, I upgraded from tabletops to the cabinet incubator. And even with the cabinet incubator, I still hand churn my eggs once a day. I have them on the auto churner for churning every 4 hours. I cool and mist them. These guys, I always set on Sundays. These guys won't be touched again until Wednesday. Or no, Thursday. I've had... That's a weird shaped egg. It's more like a torpedo. But that's the yearling egg. Sometimes the yearling eggs I've found are weird shaped. And I'm out of room, so we're just gonna keep putting them on there. Does anybody have any questions as of yet, or comments, concerns? I always welcome all that stuff. I think that's all the eggs. Okay, so I'm gonna put these over here since, yeah. So now what I will do is, I've got my papers, and what I'll do is I'll actually put them on a clipboard and hang them from my incubator. But I've got April and May, March for here. And this is how I keep track of my hatches. Well, actually, this is a new one for me this year. I was using a dry erase board, but then I have tended to run out of room, and I don't have room for a bigger dry erase board. So on this one, I've got the pen name Sly and Fiona, the year, punch code. I toe punch my babies when they hatch. I will give them a band color. I have different metal bands that I use, and then I will also give them a zip tie description. Sometimes on my zip ties I use beads to help mark as well. We got the date, how many I set, how many were good, how many quit, and how many hatched. And then an area for notes down here. On the calendar, I will simply mark, what is today? Today is the, what is today's date? Oh, see, it shows that there's 5 watching there and only 2 watching on my phone. So, anyways, what is today's date? The 19th. Okay, so on the 19th, it'll be batch B. And that's simply what I do there. So I am going to go ahead and I'm just going to set these up here for now, up on top of the incubator. And let's get to candling, because I know that's what you guys came here for. You didn't come here to watch or hear me talk. I can talk all day long. So I will shut the light down and pull these out. Why I am candling, please, please, please let me know that you can see or cannot see what I am doing, because I will not be watching the camera so much. So please let me know that it's clear real quick. I'm going to show you guys. So this here is my flashlight. It is simply just a, I don't know, what's it say on it? It says police security flashlight. I have no idea how many wattages, but I got this rubber hose end connecting on the end of it. It's a little bulky with the hose clamp. Might figure out something different this year. Duh. Zip tie. Hello. And it makes it a little heavy, but what's nice is it sets right in and it's not right up against the egg. Another thing that I have is I've got this mister that I use. I keep it in my incubator, and it literally just does a light mist to the eggs. Because you don't want to drown your eggs. You just want to give them a mist. No kidding, it's dark, Judith. Thank you. Hello, dear. I'm going to go ahead and put this back in front of me. So you guys are going to move for a second again. And I'm going to lower it a little bit if I can do this in the dark. And let's get candling some eggs. Now, something that I usually do as well is I do candle before I put in to make sure that the air cells are okay. You know, whether they're loose or whether it could be, you know, detached. I can tell if they have been frozen, you know, etc. like that. So there's a lot that you can tell by just candling your eggs right off the bat. I don't do it anymore, but I suggest marking your air cells so you can watch your humidity. So I'm going to start over here. You see this one here? It's tucked up on a paper towel upwards like this, because when I candled it, I have a loose air cell. And what I mean by a loose air cell is, okay, is that clear? That does look pretty clear. What? That does look pretty clear. You can see where it's fertile. And there's my cue to get dinner real quick. Give me just 1 second. Dad doesn't have the strength to get it out right now. And my friend broke her wrist. So, guys, give me like 2 seconds, please. Kate, can you bring me something to drink? Anything? Okay. Sorry, guys. And that smells delicious. I made homemade pot pie. Smells delicious. Okay, so where were we at? We were at this loose aerosol. Okay. So, the loose aerosol, like I said, you can see right here that it actually has development. Now, the tricky part is to keep it developing. And you can see that it's a loose aerosol because it moves around. Now, in the past, I have had success. I've also had failure with them. And you can see how well that my flashlight is candling these guys with that sealed up like that. And the only reason that I am not laying this egg on its side to candle it is because of that aerosol. I want to keep it upright as much as possible. So I'm going to barely turn it. And I'm going to tuck it right back in. I might try to raise it up a little bit more. Tuck it right back in so that the aerosol, you can see right there that it's staying on top. And from here, all you can really do is cross your fingers. Since it is week 6, to the experienced eye, I can tell just a little bit better with my candling. It's always good to candle on your side. And so, well, I feel that it's much better. So this one here, you can see that that one's getting development. You can also see, even if you can't see like the veining and the little bit of veining in there and that reddish dot, you can see how the yolk has divided into like a U. And that, I can usually see that. Oh, if I want to get brave, I can see that sometimes about day 4 or 5. So this is a good one. So Judith, if you're still watching, can you please mark 1? And there's number 2. You can see again where the yolk has divided. Well, he's doing his job. No wonder he's being awful cocky this year. This is out of my 2-year-old white boy. And boy, he's being cocky. That's actually how my roommate broke her wrist. Because he came after her. She tripped and fell backward. I don't mean to laugh, guys. But the picture that I painted for myself, that has some really good veining. Can you guys see that well? I hope you guys can see that well. Some really good veining there. I'm just going to give it a 180 and put it back in. I also use this time when I'm candling for my cooling. Okay, see this one? There's nothing in that one. Thank you, Judith. There's nothing in that one. So, you know, for the unexperienced person, I always suggest waiting until at least 7 to 10 days. Tomorrow will be 7 days, so I'm going to go ahead and toss it. Same with this one. But I'm not like 100% disappointed. This is out of my gray pen because he is a yearling. It is his first year. Ooh, we got baby. He is a yearling. It is his first year. Just, he needs a little bit of practice. I've seen his activity. He has not mastered the task, you guys. And I do have a yearling pullet in there. Goose, whichever, for technicality terms, I'm going to use pullet because that's what they go by on APA entries, and that's just what I use. So a pullet is anything a year and under. That's got some really nice veining. And so in my gray pen, I have a cockerel, a pullet, and a 3-year-old goose. And we'll see which one he likes better because I can see the difference in those eggs. In the size. I mean, there's definite difference in those sizes. So that helps me out to determine maybe if he's wanting one over the other, or the possibility of one, say the older hen is like, nope, my man, not happening. And this one is what I call dud as well. And again, this is the very first batch, so I'm not 100% disappointed. Now this one, no, this one I'm going to call it as a dud too. You might think that that spot right there is something, but if you recall back of me explaining how the yolk divided, if you look at this egg, how it divided out, and compared to this egg, it's just a blob right there. So, I mean, not off to a horrible start for the first batch, especially with some of the funky weather that we've had. Now, this row here, this is my Sylvester. Sylvester's 11 years old, and the hen that he is with is either 9 or 10. Last year, I did not have good fertility out of them at all, nor did I have a whole lot of eggs as well. So I will be really excited if I get anything out of them this year, because I didn't get a single baby out of them last year. Oh, excuse me, no, I did. I take that back. I got one baby out of them last year. So we'll see. And we have a Sylvester baby. I'm so excited about that. That is good. That is really good. And, you know, it's also teaching me about how, if or what that, you know, age might determine, because I haven't seen him doing squat. Well, excuse me, in the last 2 days, I've seen him instigating a fight with the gander of his neighbor. And I'm sitting there telling him, dude, you're too old for that crap, knock it off. Now, this one here, that one's no good. As time progresses on, next week, you guys should be able to start seeing movement in them and stuff. So we'll be watching for bouncing babies and etc. I mean, again, I'm not horribly disappointed over this fertility. Usually the first 1 to 2 hatches are lower. Anyways, does anybody have any other experiences with, like, the first hatches that may or may not be better? Or, well, I can't even say hatches as far as fertility rates. So right now I have, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the white pen, 2 out of the gray, and 1 out of Sylvester. So that's a nice, easy way to go into brooding season. especially with how crazy things have been lately. Let me turn the light back on real quick, guys. And we'll go ahead and put these guys in. Where's my... I'm raising you guys up. Ow. And what I will do with those eggs that are no good is I will either A, just toss them out into the woods, or B, I will possibly think about blowing them out and trying to do some like egg decorating. So I flipped you all around. Trying to flip you around, but I didn't do it right. That's better. Okay, so I'm turning you around so that you guys can see the inside of my incubator. And you know, as it goes on as well, you know, we'll have other different topics and stuff once we start getting more eggs and whatnot. So this batch that we just candled, whoops, that don't help nothing. I'm going to set up on the middle rack. And so that's going to go up there. The batch that I'm setting now, that's just going in, is going down to the bottom. Because with the auto churner, everything will go to churning, and I don't want those guys to churn till at least Wednesday, till Wednesday. So, like I said, I keep my spray bottle in here, and you can see again how the mist is. I typically do a dry hatch, which, now I can pick you guys up and see, which for a dry hatch, temp's gonna be low with the door open, but I like my humidity around 25 to 30%. Currently, because we've had the wood burner going and stuff like that, and we're still a little dry, we don't have the humidity in here to keep it stabilized. It was down to 13%. So I do have the water pan filled, and this is that self-sticking cling wrap, and I just went through with a sharp knife and put a couple holes in it, and then I have the corner here that's open as well, because with the whole thing open, it was way too much humidity for what my preference is. Like that, I've been able to keep my humidity at about 25-28%, something like that. So then I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna turn it back to auto for auto churning. It'll come back up to temp, and all done. While I'm here, I might as well fill out my paperwork. But I did not count how many eggs I set tonight, so I'll do that Wednesday when I take them out and move them. So something that if you have like this GQF Sportsman, something that I found was, my pencil's out. I always like to write this stuff in pencil. Do I have another one? I do have another one. But something that I found was I found magnetic dry erase labels. Because last year I was getting my trays mixed up as far as which one was in the middle, which one was on top, which one was on the bottom. So I started with the dry erase magnetic tags. At least mark them like A, B, C, D, whatever like that. So, now what I will do since I pulled those eggs out is I set those on 313. And so we've got 1 good of Sylvester's, 2 good of gray, and 4 good of fluff. So, and then I'll figure out how many I actually sat. None of my buff. She just started laying eggs. I just got 2 in. So, oh, that's something I didn't put. So, on the first page, I had Sylvester and Fiona. On this, because I've got a trio going, and I stopped naming my birds a long time ago. They each have bands on them, and I will put band, like say, green number 320. And then hen will be, since there's 2 in there, will be whatever color band, because I color code by year and then number so that I can keep track, because I do like to try and keep track of my breeding pens and the offspring. So we'll go 313, and we've got 2 good here. And I'll just have to pick everybody up and look at their band numbers again. This one, nothing out of them yet. Nothing. And that's the pair that I'm really excited for. Really excited for. And that's who Sylvester's been fighting with. Through the fence. Not cool. So, for everybody that's left, does anybody have any questions, comments, that I can answer for them? I will eventually be doing tours of my brooding area. And again, like I said, like I said, as far as the incubation and stuff like that, more questions and topics and stuff will come about as they go on. And each batch can have something different to it. Like, I'm really surprised that I've got a loose air cell. I had one last year, but that was out of a shipped egg. The year before, nothing. Quitters, as far as like the blood ring or something, I was able to show that last year. Do we want to show it? No. But it's a good learning educational tool for everybody to see it. Delva, how often is safe to candle? Personally, I believe that you can over candle them, because then you're just, even though you're in there churning them and stuff like that, you're handling just a little bit too much. But in the same token, when you're talking about incubation, you're trying to mimic whatever the hen would be doing. Unfortunately, nobody has been able to attach a belly cam or a nest cam to tell exactly what a hen is doing. My preference is to candle weeks 1, 2, and 3 on days 7, 14, and 21. Then I will candle again about day 24, day 25, just to double check for like pipping and etc., because I have had them pip early before. So I don't know. There's people that do candle every day, every other day. But in general, I think a lot of people usually candle about weekly. I have heard that if you also use too high of a flashlight, there we go, that you can essentially burn the egg, but I don't know how legit that is. And that's another reason that I use a spacer. But the spacer on this is really nice because it really does enclose the egg to where you can really get a good viewing of it. And making sure that you keep your batteries up on them. When you use, say, like a cell phone or a regular camera or, a regular flashlight, or even some of those candlers that are on top of the incubators, I've seen those. You're holding them upright with those candlers, and sometimes you can't tell. You can't tell. Honestly and truthfully, I think that it's, from what I've been taught, it's best to keep the air cell in a pretty neutral position. For the wow, train of thought just skipped out of me because I ended up jumping around. When using like a cell phone or anything like that, you get more flashlight than what you do actual egg, if that makes any sense. Where you see more of the light, and sometimes it can make it harder to see. I can actually do the example here, and I don't even have to turn my light off. I can use my tablet to show the difference. So I'm going to just use my tablet here as an example. So this is a Sylvester egg. This is a very, it's a large egg. It's a large egg. But you can see when you tip it upside down. Oh, here. Let's just turn the light off. You can see the difference from, see how much of the actual like light you can see itself. Okay, and I don't know if there's any way for me to do this, but we will surely try. So there we go. We'll do it like that. Okay, so I have it up on its side now, and even like this, you get a lot of light shining through. It's really hard to tell for my eyes even. So we'll compare again when I turn the flashlight off. We'll compare again, if I can do this. Wait, my phone's gotten really hot. So we'll do it from this view here. I'll just set it on the table. Whoop, daisy. And you can see how much of a difference of what you can actually see as far as the other light coming through. Again, my preference is to candle every week when I set a new batch. So My old flashlight that I had like this just had a piece of PVC on it, which the PVC was nice, but it wouldn't really like encompass it, I guess you could say. So that's why I looked for something a little bit softer. And, you know, somebody suggested like maybe foam to put around the end of it, like say, oh, like a pool noodle. But that doesn't have, I don't think that that has enough give to be able to get around the big eggs and the little eggs. Where, you know, with this, say you got a funny shape, you've got at least, you know, a little bit of give with it. It doesn't open up much, but it does open up. I mean, if you, well, no. Think of a plunger. Think of a plunger. That's my thought process, at least. But then, sometimes do I have unconventional thoughts with some of this? Yeah, but for me, they work. And you're very welcome for that. You're very welcome for that. Does anybody else have any questions? Gonna look at my tablet real quick. Again, this will be posted, pipe phone insulation on my, yeah, but is the pipe foam insulation, is that pretty hard, like hard styrofoam type stuff? Are you laughing at me, Delva? It's okay. I need the laugh, delete. I need the laugh. So moving forward, again, I will do everything in my power to do these videos every Sunday night from here moving forward till I shut my incubators off. Hopefully life will continue to work for me like that. So again, every Sunday, 9 p.m. If I'm not right on, please be patient. Please, please. Between dad and dogs and life and stuff. Whatever. It works. But anyways, between life and stuff, just if I'm not right here at 9, please be patient with me, guys. I could be helping dad with something or another like that. As well as just a real quick super update. Oh, and these will be going on to YouTube. This week, I'll get it on as soon as possible. I am taking a break from working on a memorial video for my brother-in-law for his service that's on Wednesday. But anyways, by the end of the week, this should be uploaded onto YouTube as well. And that way you guys can save them, search them. We do have a YouTube channel. It's linked up on the website. And the club is moving along, guys. It's been slow processing this year, but the club is moving along. Hopefully within the next 2 weeks, you guys will be getting a ton of information. So watch your emails, guys. Watch your emails. There's a lot of things that are happening. But anyways, I'm going to say goodnight. And everyone stay safe, stay warm, have a great week. Happy incubation. And as always, guys, it's not a problem. You can call me, you can text me, you can message me, ask me anything. I will just pass on to you guys what I've learned and what I've been mentored. There's no rights, there's no wrongs. And what works for you may not work for your neighbor. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, saying goodnight, guys. I'm going to go check out and see how my pot pie turned out. See you guys all next week. Bye-bye.